really quick. Tell us where you're from, who you are, what you do.
I am Vicki Becker. I live in Bismarck, North Dakota. I am married to my husband, Brandon, for almost 12 years, and we have 3 kids. Our oldest boy is 9. I have another boy who's about to turn 8 in a month, and I have a newly turned 4-year-old daughter. I've been a stay-at-home mom for not quite 5 years now. And my husband is an engineer and also farms on the side. So he has 2 full-time jobs. And so I run the house and make sure the kids are where they need to be and everything's in order.
Yeah. Farm wife is a full-time job in itself, along with momming and that stuff. I just got a video from we have a family Snapchat, and they'll pull up memories of like when the girls were little, especially Brenly. And today they sent one of her when she wasn't 4, but she was like maybe 6 or 7. And it's such a fun age. So fun. So Vicki is a VIP, and I'm going to toot her horn a little bit because, in the 6 months she's been in VIP, she has been on it. Like, I don't feel like there has ever been a week where you weren't working hard, doing the things and making stuff happen. And I think that it's such a testimony to the results that you have gotten in the last 6 months. So it's all like, it's almost hard when you do your check-ins every week, because I'm like, good job. Just keep doing what you're doing, because this is great, you know? So share with us a little bit about, like, 6 months ago, what things were you facing that you really wanted to find some resolution in?
I kind of felt like I had lost myself in motherhood. Being a staying-at-home mom, I was just doing everything for everybody else and not taking care of myself. And so I was having some anxiety. I wasn't sleeping well. I wasn't feeding myself right. I was exercising. That was the one piece that I was doing right. But everything else had kind of fallen by the wayside. And I just realized I needed to start taking care of myself again.
Yeah. And I think sometimes that phrase, kind of lost myself, sort of sounds cliche, but it's not. I think once you go through momming for a certain period of time, or even if you're not a parent, once you kind of get to a certain age, you're a different person. You know, you've experienced life, and it can feel like that. Like, I just don't know who I am anymore. Life has gone by so fast, and I was so busy doing all the things that I just kind of found myself in this place. And I think a lot of people that come into Shebuilt have felt that way. I know I went through that. So yeah, anxiety, some PMDD. I'm familiar with that, which can kind of turn your life upside down and literally rip weeks away from you that feel like it's just a complete loss. You've done Pure Barre workouts for 3 years. And so I love that, like, coming into this, you already had that piece in place, which that probably was a massive help, because that can be really tough, implementing a workout routine. What do you enjoy about going to classes, about that whole scene?
Mostly I get to get away from my house. So it's an escape for me when I'm stuck at home all day. And so I get an hour to an hour and a half with drive time just to me. I've met a lot of really great friends through there, and being isolated at home with the kids all day, I don't get a lot of adult interaction. And so that's my big thing, is I like to go when we visit and chat before and after class, and just doing something to take care of myself for that amount of time. It just kind of resets me to be able to go home and be a better mom.
Yeah, I remember my group fitness days where I would like teach all the classes and stuff. And it's such a, and that's how I started my whole fitness journey too, was going to step aerobics classes at the local gym. I dropped the kids off. Jason was deployed, drop them off, go do my class. And it's almost like a good reset. So that's important too, that like I talked about this yesterday, throughout all of our lives, we have different choices of how we're going to implement activity. Group exercise and doing things like this can be incredibly helpful, because, like, you know, you get away from the house. You don't have to think about the laundry. Like, for me, I work out down here. There's many days it's really hard for me to even get down here, because I have to get past the mess of everything that's up there that needs to be done. So that's awesome that you kind of have that in place. So we'll talk a little bit about your results over the course of 6 months. First, down about 20 pounds, while healing hormone stuff, which is huge, down lots of inches. So clothes are fitting differently, all that. But the health score is the thing that excites me the most. This is something, guys, that we do every 8 weeks in Shebuilt. And at the beginning, you kind of it's this kind of big, scary quiz where you have to rate all these symptoms. And it's from head to toe, physical and mental things, all of these things. And we do it at the beginning, and it's big and scary, and you get this number that seems like, holy crap, it's a really good identifier of how you're feeling. Yours went from 507. So the higher the number, the more symptoms you're feeling. Yours went from 507 down to 58. And when you sent that to me, it was almost shocking. How did it feel for you to see that drastic of a shift in symptoms?
It was amazing. I mean, I went from losing a week to 2 weeks of feeling miserable every month to maybe a day after about 3 months of just changing how I was eating and trying to change my mindset and how I dealt with things as they came. And it's like I'm a whole new person.
Yeah. And I know when you sent that to me too, it's not just about you feeling this way, but it's also, if we can save our daughters and show them how to take care of themselves physically, nutritionally, mentally, and equip them with that, just think about all the heartache and stuff that they could be saved from. And
like I told you, I said, I've been dealing with this for like 30 years now.
Yeah.
If I would have had this so long ago, it would have been much more happy life, honestly.
Yeah. And in 3 months, and you were and again, I want to stress that you have been intentional every single step of the way. And in 3 months, which is a very short time frame to see that much of an improvement. And so I think that, again, that's important to mention, because so many people, they hang on for a couple weeks, and they just, it's just too much. So having the support, and also, how did some of the mindset work help you sustain some of those things throughout?
Boundaries is a big one for me. Once I learned how to set boundaries, that made a world of difference.
Yeah.
Just allowing myself to set aside time for me to work on everything, whether it be journaling, going to work out, food prep, meal planning, all of that. Once I put myself first and learned those boundaries and taught my family those boundaries, my kids those boundaries, we've had a much happier house for everybody, because they're learning the same thing. That it's okay to say no sometimes.
Yeah. Boundaries and expectations. We talk about that so much, and it's tough to implement when you've kind of let things slide for so long, and everybody has varying degrees of this. There's some women that I talk to that are just almost feel bullied by their family, to where it's like, I do all these things, and I'm like, well, you trained them. you showed them that you do all that stuff, and you do it. So there's a process of almost having to kind of undo and tell them why. This is why I'm having you guys do these things. And it really does help to clear some of that mental stuff that we have going on that prevents us from doing the things to take care of ourselves. What would you say to somebody that is feeling the way you were feeling 6 months ago, and maybe doesn't even have a fitness routine in place? They're just kind of like, I feel like crap. I know something needs to change. And what did that feel like for you? Because I went back to our message back in October. You had messaged me and you said, okay, I'm just ready. I need to do something. What kind of shift happened that kind of got you to that point?
I don't know what exactly it was. It was just something in my head that just kept telling me, you need to put you first.
Yeah. Yep. We just know. And I think for a long time, I know I need to do something. I know I need to do something. I know what I need to do. I'm not doing it. Why am I not doing it? And we get to that place where we're so frustrated that something has to give. And it's really important in those moments Morgan's calling me, to listen to that and actually do something. And so you sent me a message and you did something about it and took control of it. What would you say to somebody else that's in that place? And maybe they've been following for a while. Maybe they've seen lots of, VIPs, and they're kind of on the fence. Like, I'm at that place, but I'm scared. What would you say to them?
Just do it. I was scared too. I didn't want to invest that much in me. But I had support behind me. My husband's like, whatever amount of money we need to spend on you, we will. And so once he said that, I was like, what do I have to lose?
That's a blessing to have a spouse that's supportive like that, you know. And that in and of itself, and I think everybody that joins any kind of thing like this, it feels a little bit like a kick to the gut because you are investing in yourself, and it's in it not only money but time. Like you've committed to 6 months of following through with this, which is super scary. It's almost like I don't have an out, you know. But that's exactly what's needed, is like we have to put ourselves in situations where I'm going to follow through with this. And I tell everybody, like, when we start this isn't about a process of perfection or reaching some level of success. Like if someone comes into here and thinks, okay, I'll be successful if I lose 50 pounds, if I do this and this, no, because success is measured in growth in this kind of process. Like, do you feel like you've been equipped now? Like once you go beyond 6 months, do you feel well equipped moving forward and confident in your habits to where if something happens and you have a week where someone gets sick or you whatever, that you know now how to kind of get back into alignment?
Absolutely. We've had sickness off and on all spring with my kids, and there's been weeks here and there where things have just been thrown for a loop, and I've always found a way to get back on track. And I knew exactly what needed to switch. I mean, I know on days when I haven't eaten enough protein without even looking at my food log that that's what it is already. Or I've not drank enough water, or I need to just get outside and get some sunshine. I mean, I know how to fix it now.
Yeah. Knowing what you need, you know, my whole, you know, this whole season of the wedding, and like we had lots of shifts and stuff in our household, and my habits kind of went down the tube for a while. And my symptoms started to flare up again. And those are just cues. It's not like I beat myself up and I'm like, gosh, Shannon, you know, you totally messed up. No, that's my body telling me you're not doing the things that you know you need to be doing. And I know exactly what I got to do to get back on track. And it's not hard. It's super cool. Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for taking time to chat with us today, Vicki.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All
Thank
right. Well,
you
we'll
for
see.
everything.
Yeah, it's been super fun, and I know the kind of dedication it takes to really every week in, week out, to put in the work and do the things. I know what kind of work that takes. So it's just fun for me to see somebody that just takes it by the horns and makes it happen. And then to get that kind of result, that's a reward, you know. It's cool.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you. Have a great day. Go home, clean up from your workout. And we'll see you soon.
That's good. Thanks, Shannon.
Yeah, thanks, Vicki. Bye.
Bye.